Have you guys heard of the CRISPR gene?
The gene editing.
CRISPR, yeah, gene editing.
CRISPR, the
Hmm.
gene editing or
Hmm.
whatever. Any thoughts? 'Cause the shit, it messed me up. I was tripping. I didn't know how deep it was. Uh, and then I started listening and checking out a
Uh,
few reports on that or whatever. It's a pretty big deal, man.
Huge.
Tank, who was the guy who came up with the model for DNA? Watson
Watson
and
and Crick.
Crick, right? So Watson, he caught a lot of flack. I mean, he was known. Him and Crick, Watson and Crick were known for it was more to it. It was more than just them, but they were known for coming up with the model for DNA. Well, you know, and he's still alive, isn't he?
I want to say
Watson.
they both passed away recently.
Okay. In
And
the last few years of Watson's life, he caught a lot of shit because he was talking about using like shit like CRISPR to get rid of like certain undesirable genes
Mhm,
and traits and shit like that.
mhm.
And what came up was a lot of people got pissed off because they said it sounded like it sounded a lot like the oh shit
Like designer babies.
oh no, it was
But sorry to cut you off, brother. But yeah, that's something like that already happened over in China where they
mhm.
were actually talking about the CRISPR gene. The guy had edited some embryos or whatever, and two Chinese little girls or whatever were born, and they said something like they won't ever be able to catch HIV or something like that or
Right.
whatever. He manipulated their RNA and yeah, and they locked his ass up for like 3 years already. For doing that, it was like, well, this is what we're talking about because now you're going to start, having the wealthy want designer babies. Like I want mine blue eyed, blonde hair, and 6'2".
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, and see what what I was looking for was eugenics. They were saying that it sounded a lot
mm,
like eugenics, and they
yeah.
said what happens when certain things become undesirable, like skin color and other kind of shit. And that's what he got in trouble for. And yeah, I know what you're talking about recently. I mean, they locked the guy up, but
Hmm.
now we got babies that ain't never gonna get HIV. See, so he said it all boils down to ethics and who's in control of this shit. That's what it
And the
all
thing
boils down to.
is, all the countries they're not on the same page. You know what I mean?
There it
How are you
is.
going to How are you going to unify that?
And
All the countries like, well, we could do it, but we're not doing it.
Right.
All you got to do is catch a flight.
There you
You know what
go.
I mean? The rich get in their jet, fly over. Make it happen.
there was a lot of shit behind that Chinese scientist though. So I guess he couldn't produce any of his laboratory notes or anything. Uh,
Is that what happened
Yeah.
behind?
that's
Okay,
one of them. The other thing is this is common. I mean, there's not much that we can do to prevent it. Um,
it said it should help out with like this pandemic
mm,
or whatever, but but bacteria always finds a way. You know, it's always been with us, and it's not going anywhere. You can't outrun
no,
bacteria, and that's what they're trying to and that's what they're trying to do. Why trying to edit these genes or whatever? They said it should help with cancer patients and uh, sickle cell and all that other uh, crazy diseases out there.
uh,
Hopefully in the future we won't have them, but yet there's always something pending. You know what I mean? You're not going to be able to outrun everything.
no. And they're Michael Crichton wrote a book on that a few years back called Next. Um, and he laid out a lot of interesting points. I want to say that was his second to last book before he passed. Um, but species splicing is pretty much what that book focused on. But I personally think it's probably a dangerous path to go down. I mean, once you start fucking with things and eliminating certain traits, you can run into the same problem we see with with some plants. You look at the Banana Republic, and they're facing a fungus that is destroying all of the fucking banana plants down there because they specifically bred just one type forever, and now they got a super fungus,
Mm-hmm.
and bananas are fucked. So uh, nothing is without risk, and there's going to be a lot of fucking fumbling the football on this. You think back to the George Bush administration where they made laws to prevent use of government funds for genetic research, specifically using embryos. But it had nothing laid
Stem
out for
cell.
anybody with private laboratories.
Mhm.
And next thing you know, Italy, I want to say, was the country the following year that showed up with some bullshit, and right after that, dealing with human embryos. But yeah, we're in a time where fucking their mad scientist is a real goddamn thing. I mean, you get somebody rich like Elon Musk or fucking Bill Gates or Jeff Bezos. These motherfuckers have enough cash to do whatever the fuck they want in any.
When they
Yeah,
want. Yeah.
shit.
And
All I want, I don't care about designer babies, any of that. I want a damn dinosaur. That's all I'm waiting on.
Here's the other thing: is none of this shit has to happen on this planet anymore. Think about that.
Facts. Yeah. Load all this up to SpaceX.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
let me say this. I agree with you 100%. And I was gonna hit everything you said. Look, man, rich or poor, motherfuckers are tyrants. Motherfuckers, there's tyrants, man. A poor motherfucker, now it would be harder, but a poor motherfucker can go up through the ranks in life and become a politician and start pulling strings on what what may or may not happen. And like you said, what happens when this shit becomes monetized? What happens when you get a motherfucker in there that doesn't like a certain group of people, a Hitler type motherfucker?
That's what happened with the inventor of the CRISPR gene. She said she had a dream, and somebody was asking her, how do you can you explain it to me? Can you break it down? She said she looked up and it was Hitler. And then that's when she realized,
See?
what the hell she did. Like, oh fuck, what did I just discover? The
Right.
lady's name is Jennifer Doudna or whatever. She's the one who discovered the CRISPR gene, and that's pretty much scared the shit out of her. If it scared her, everybody else was just like, you have no idea what you just discovered. You know what I mean? Because it's definitely a game changer, both positive and negative.
Dig it, man. When an idea gets out there, all that matters is who takes that idea and run with it. And like you said,
Yeah.
negative or positive. Think about it like this. Orwell's what, 1948? Was that
No,
1984?
1948.
Was it?
Yeah, 1948.
Yeah, the name of the book was what, 1984?
84. Yeah.
So if you read that book, I've went over parts and portions of it. I get to you hear other people talk about it. That shit was an idea. A police state was a fucking idea. Overwatch, overreach. It was an idea. Motherfuckers got drones, there's cameras everywhere. You had shit like the Patriot Act over in the UK. It was the Civil Contingencies Act. Government surveillance. All of this shit is out there now. And it all started from an idea. So when you got motherfuckers out there who want to splice genes and shit like that, imagine motherfuckers, we got a way to finally get rid of they black asses. We gonna come up with some fake virus and say that we can use the CRISPR to solve it. Get all the women in there.
Like I said again, it could go both ways. They could
Right.
discover a gene and make sure that you could eat all the fried chicken you want and not die. You ain't gonna lose that leg. You can
There you
have
go.
all the sugar water. It could cut both ways, man. You trying to get rid of folks. Yeah, folks were like, let's see how fat we can make people and
Right.
healthy.
Benefits.
Right. You got a bunch of
You can eat all the
470
pork you
pound.
want.
Come on, man. We live in a country where we have eating competitions where there's starvation in the world, man.
Right.
You know, we got people. You know, there's places in the world that don't have water, and we have water parks.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
You have a bunch of
fresh water, a gallon of fresh water every day. You take a huge shit in fresh drinking water.
Fresh drinking water.
See,
you have 600 pound relay racers. You know what I'm saying?
Somebody,
big fat motherfucker.
I want to see the tag off.
That motherfucker's passing drumsticks.
Man, I got to see. I wonder what that smell like.
Breaking records, breaking records,
like them rollers, like them rollers. The hot dogs are on at the gas station. That's what it smells like.
Oh man,
breaking records. Yeah, man.
Like I said, man, if you could think it,
there you go.
We can make that happen just because we got the money. We ain't got shit else to do. Let's see. That's what I'm talking about, man. I want my own dinosaur.
Right. Right.
That's to me. That's balling.
I wanted one since Jurassic Park.
That's it, man.
Give me a mosquito, nigga. Give me a motherfucking mosquito.
That's all I need. That's all I need.
Yeah.
I mean, just think if we're hearing about it, how far along some of this research is. Yeah,
there you go, man.
Yeah, people been saying.
Like I said, I just heard about the gene. Yeah, I heard about the gene, and then I heard about the dude getting locked up for already, doing his thing with it. It's like, well, damn,
I had a buddy whose dad is a doctor. Bad motherfucker. Said that as far as his job. Said that his as far as his job.
Pause.
Damn. Put him on blast. Okay.
The dad, he said his dad was telling him, man, because his dad running them circles, man, where you gotta go pay $10,000 a plate just to sit and listen to an asshole talk.
Yeah.
But he says, you know what? The technology that we have compared to the technology that those top 1% of people had, we 30 years behind, he said, with some shit like this. So you got to think, man, by the time we get information, man, like you said, they probably already got this shit set up.
I want to run in them damn circles. So again, I know somebody got a dinosaur in their backyard somewhere. I know. It may not be big, but I know they got one.
Motherfuckers talk about, how unethical cloning is. How we know it really ain't some Jordan Peele us shit going on right now? How we know it ain't 3 clones of us sitting down on a laptop doing that type of shit they was doing in the movie?
Hey, man,
word up, man.
I mean, the first documented, the first historical incident of cloning happened in 1954 with a frog. So
was that the frog? I remember the sheep.
You remember Dolly?
I remember
Dolly was
yeah.
But there was a frog. I want to say in the 50s.
Okay.
So yeah. I mean, there's a lot of shit that we're probably not.
And they don't tell you until they're successful with it.
Right. Hell, we probably eating all the clone shit. They got all the good shit. We got
probably, man, but don't tell me. Probably.
All our chickens got dicks. They chickens got the regular chickens.
Back to the chicken with dicks.
Yeah. It's
yeah, baby.
It's gonna be strange times ahead, man. And it's just stranger times ahead.
Stranger times. That's all.
Yeah, man, cause
again, I'm looking forward to it, man. I like all the new shit. I like all because tech is always ahead of the curve or whatever. Just like from, to switch gears a little bit.